Alright, I had to cut short the last video, so we'll continue on 2016 paper. Good, so we stop here. 32, question 32 is B. So the mass will be greater than or equals to 10.55, because this, if we round this off, 10.55, okay, if you want to write a one decimal place, this will give us 10.6. If you want to write this, so it will be less than 10.65. So less than 10.65 can be 10.64, which will round off to 10.6. So here's our answer. Alright, next question. Measurement. Again, the volume of a cube whose side is 6. The volume of a cube, this is the formula, L cube. So therefore it will be 6 cube. 6 cube means 6 multiplied by itself 3 times. 6, 6, 36. 36 times 6 will give us what? 36 times 6, 6, 6, 36. 6 3 is 18 plus 3 will give us 21. So our answer is 216 cm cube. Alright, question 34. The figure above, okay, this figure above, not drawn to scale, shows the sector of a circle, center O. So that's a sector of a circle. We know a circle is made up of how much degrees? 360 degrees. Good, so this is just a part of a circle. Alright, the length of the minor arc PQ, so the length of this arc is given as 8 cm. What is the length of the circumference? So we want to know the length of the entire circle. Let me draw a circle here. Good, so this is what is given. This part is 60 degrees, here is P, here is Q. So they tell us that from here, from P to Q, here is 60 degrees, here is 8. Good. We want to know the distance around the circumference, the perimeter of the circle actually. Alright, so another 60 degrees will give us another 8. That will give us another 8. The arc. And another 60 degrees will give us another 8. Now we need to ask ourselves, how many 60s in 360? So 360 divided by 60. We can cancel out the 6 going to 36 6 times. So we have 6 60 and 360. So since 160 represents 8 cm, so it will be 6 times 8. 6 8 is 48. So the distance are wrong. So if we keep on adding the 8, we'll get 48. So that's the circumference of the circle. And sometimes person might think, okay, well, since it's circumference, I know the formula is C equal to pi r, or C equals to pi d, and then use it. It will not work here, right? So that's the way how you need to word the question, because we don't know the radius. All we know is the length of the arc. The distance around this, the edge of a circular pond, again circumference, is this. So they give us the circumference. They give us the distance around the pond, the circumference. The radius, we don't know the radius in meters is. All you need to do is to look at your answer. If you look at the answer, you see all the answer have pi in it. So we know that C equals to 2 pi r, and the circumference is given, which is 88, 2 pi r. We need to find for r. Okay, the sign understood here is multiplication, so therefore we need to take across 2 pi. 2 pi is multiplying, when it goes across it will divide. So therefore r will equals to that, which is this. Great. Alright, next question. Question on measurement again. So you should know your formula for area of square, rectangle, and so forth. Alright, so here we have a square, we have a rectangle. Which of the following statements is true about the perimeter? Perimeter, okay, if you don't remember formula, all you need to do is to add all the sides around. So since there is 9, here will be 9, here will be 16. A square, all 4 sides are equal, so the perimeter will be, we add 12 4 is 48. We add 12 plus 12 plus, so we add in 12 4 times, so that's 48. Let us find the perimeter of this. 16 plus 16 is 32. Okay, 9 plus 9 is 18. 32 and 18 will give us 50. Alright, so this one is 48, this one is 50, this one is bigger. Let's see. So perimeter of A equal B? No, they are not the same because this is 48, that's 50. No way. So that's out. Perimeter of A is greater than B? No. Perimeter of A is greater than or equals? No. Here's the answer. Perimeter of A is less than perimeter of B. This one is less than that one. Alright, here we go. Another question. Question 37. The lengths of the sides of a rectangle are x of a triangle. Okay. The lengths of the sides of a triangle are x, 2x, and 2x cm. If the perimeter is 20, what is the value of x? So here we have a triangle. And they tell us that the length is x, 2x, 2x. Right? So these two sides are actually equal. So we know that the perimeter, we need to add everything around. So if we add 2x plus 2x, we'll get 4x plus this 1x will give us 5x. So the perimeter is actually 5x. If the perimeter is 20 cm, so if this 5x actually represents 20 cm, what is the value of x? So 5 times what will give us 20? Okay, so since this 5 is multiplying, we divide there. So we'll got 4. So that will be our answer. Okay, question 38. The area of a rectangle is 53.6 cm square. If the length is multiplied by 4, okay, so we know the area of a rectangle is length times width, right? If the length is multiplied by 4 and the width is multiplied by half, then the area would be, so the original area of this rectangle is 53.6. So let's say the length is multiplied by 4 and the width is multiplied by half. All you need to do is 4 times half, which is actually equals to 2. So the area will now actually be 2 times this. 2 times 53.6. That should give us 53 and 53, 106, 107.2. Good. And whenever you're multiplying, so you multiply 2 times 53, the closest answer will be this one, because 2 times 53 will give us 100. We know it will be 100 and something, so this is the closest answer. Let's just save some time in the exam. Alright, what is this question? The exterior angle of a regular polygon measures 45 degrees of a regular polygon. A regular polygon is a polygon is have 3 sides and above, right? So have 3 or more sides. Each exterior angle of a regular polygon measures 45 degrees. So the polygon, a regular polygon, all the sides are equal. How many sides has the polygon? Okay, this question is a knowledge question. You don't need to show any working or anything. So how many sides? So this will be a decagon, a 10-sided shape. The exterior angle of a decagon will be 45. If all the sides are equal, regular polygon mean that the sides will be equal. It will be a decagon, which will be a 10-sided shape. Good, so the answer will be, how many sides has the polygon? 10. Alright, here's a question on what? Refers to the diagram below, which shows sports chosen by 160 students who participated in a game evening at their school. Okay, we know that a circle is made up of 360 degrees, so this symbol represents 90 degrees. So boxing is 45, therefore tennis will be 45 as well. Football is 90, and here will be 45 as well. Why? Because this is a straight line. So 90, 45 and 45 will be 90, plus this 90 is 180. Okay, let's see the question. The number of boys who chose football is football. So 90 degrees or quarter of the students choose football, and since there's 160 boys, so it will be 90 over 360 times 160. Why we put it over 360? Because this represents an entire circle. And then we do cancellation. 9 can go into 9 one time, 9 can go into 36. 9 4 is 36, right? Okay, now we can cancel the 4 and the 16. 4 into 4 one time, 4 into 16 4 times. So this is actually 40. 1 times 40 is 40. So therefore, 40 boys chose football. The probability is how likely something is to occur. The probability that a boy chosen at random participated in boxing is, so participating in boxing, 90 represent 40. So therefore, 45 is half out of 90, right? So 40 choose football, so 20 will choose boxing, because that's half out of the 90. So 20 choose boxing over the total boys, which is 160. We cancel 2, can go into 2 1 time, 2 can go into 16 8 times, so the answer will be 1 over 8. Another way you could have worked this is 45 degrees represents boxing, so it will be 45 over 360, and you can work it out there. Okay, what number can go into both of them? I think 15 or any number. Okay, let us choose 5. 5 can go into 45 9 times. 5 can go into 36 4 times. So no, this wouldn't work. See, it's not going there. It wouldn't work. Why I say it wouldn't work? Let me check it back. It should work. 45 over 360. Oh, I see what I did. Okay, so 5 can go into 45. Let us break it down with 5. 5 can go into 45 9 what again? 5 can go into 45 9 times. Okay, great. And 5 can go into 360. 5 can go into 360 how many times? Let's see. To make it easier, 9 can go into 45 5 times. 9 can go into 360. 9 can go into 36 4 times. So it would be 4. So here we have 4 over 40. 5 over 40. 5 into 5 one time. 5 can go into 48 times. Yes, same 1 over 8. Alright, so sometime you might know your tables, and it can confuse you at times as well. Alright, so please don't be confused. How many boys participated in cricket? Good, so this part here represents a straight time, which is 180. And 45 come out for tennis. So 45, and this should be 135. When you add up that and this, you get 180. Good, so how many boys participated in cricket? If you look at this, to work it out faster, so this 35 can be as a 90 degrees and a 45 degrees, and we know that 90 degrees represent 40 and 45 degrees will represent 20, so the 135 degrees will actually be 60. But if you want to do it a longer way, it will be 135 over 360 times 160, and you can work it out like that, which will take up some more time, right? Okay, there, and here you need to know your multiplication well. Okay, we can cancel the 36 and the 16. We can use 4. 4 can go into 16 4 times. 4 can go into 36. 4 9's 36. And then we can cancel the 9 and 135, I think. Let's see. 9 times 10. Okay, well, this will take some more time. But, okay, just in case if you wonder how we can do it. Let's see if we can cancel the 9 and 1/3 5. Let me try it here. 9 can go into 13 one time. How many remain? 9 and what make 13? 9 and 4. Yep. 9 can go into 5 times. So we got 15 there. So 9 into 9 one time. 9 into 1/3 5. 15. So now we have 15 times 4. And 15 times 4 will give us 60, because 15 times 2 is 30. And 30 plus 30 will give us 60. Alright, let's go. Which of the following is not a statistical diagram? Alright, a bar graph is a statistical diagram, a pie chart, a frequency polygon, modal class. So that is not. Okay, so that's our answer. A bag contains 2 red, 4 yellow, and 6 blue balls. The probability of drawing, so the total balls in the bag, we need to add, we'll get 12. The probability of drawing a blue ball, so we have 6 blue. And we can cancel that. 6 into 6 one time, 6 can go into 12 two times. So the probability of drawing a blue ball is actually half. Let's say the question asks you the probability of drawing a yellow ball, so it will be 4 over 12. And 4 into 4 one time, 4 can go into 12 three times, so you have 1/3 chance. Good, so item 45 refers to the table below, which shows the frequency of scores obtained by students in a test. So these are scores. The lowest score was 2. 8 students got 2 marks. The highest score was 11. 2 students got 11 marks. Okay, the word modal comes from the word mode. Mode is the most popular score, or the most popular whatever you're looking at. So since we are looking at score, the most popular score will be 8. Why? Why is 8? Because 12 students, a lot of students got 8. So this is the modal, right? The most popular, or the most frequent. Not frequent really, the most popular. So 12 students actually got 8 scores. So the modal score will be 12. Sometime in some question it can ask you to find a range, right? So let me explain that quickly. The range is the highest score minus the lowest score. So let's say we had to find a range. The highest score is actually 11, would have been 11 minus 2, which will give us 9. Alright, so that's some extra to add to this lesson. Okay, 46 refers to the arrow diagram below. Alright, so I'm trying to finish off the paper, and so it will just be 2 video instead of 3. Alright, so let us see. The arrow diagram above describes the relation. Okay, let's see what. Here we have 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 is mapped onto 4. 2 is mapped onto 6. 2 is mapped onto 8. So we can say that 2 is actually a factor of 4. 2 is a factor of 6. 2 is a factor of 8. Let us see with 3. 3 is mapped onto 6. 3 is a factor of 6 as well. 4 is a factor of 4. 5 is a factor. So therefore x is a factor of y. Right? Is that correct? Let's see, and then we have 7 is out of order. Also we can, okay, let us look at the answer. X is greater than y. No, we know that this number is not greater than y. Y numbers are bigger, so this is out. X is a multiple of y. No, it can more be a factor. X is divisible by y, which means that it can be divided by y. Alright, so it will either be C or D. Let us look back at it carefully. Okay, so we see, because x is divisible by y, so 4, okay, so x can be divided by y. 2 can be divided, 4 can be divided by 2, 6 can be divided by 2, 6 can be divided by 3, 4 can be divided by 4, 4 can be divided by 2. Okay, so that's suits the criteria. 5 can be divided by 5, 8 can be divided by 4, plus 8 can be divided by 2. Alright, here I'm seeing, okay, I will say that both answers are correct, but there's one that is correct. X is a factor of y. So factor mean what number can go into that number. So 2 can go into 4, and 2 can go into 6, and 2 can go into 8. Great. So alright, that one is good there. 3 can go into 6. Great. 3 cannot go into any other number. 4 can go into 4, plus 4 can go into 8. Yes, that's correct. 4 can go into 4, and 4 can go into 8. Okay, but 4 can go into 4. Oh, now I see it. It will be divisible. So x is a factor of, it will be divisible by y. So this one is kind of troublesome. So x here, the elements here, is divisible by, I will go that x is a factor. Let us use this one instead. X is a factor, and both of them are partially correct. I don't know why we have two correct answer. Alright, this one seems more appropriate. X is a factor of y. 5, okay, so the element of x. 2 is a factor of 4. 2 is a factor of 6. 2 is a factor of 8. 5 is a factor of 5. Okay, 4 is a factor of 4, meaning 4 can go into 4 one time, 4 can go into, so yeah, I'll go with this. X is a factor of y. Good. The gradient of the line AB in the diagram is, so we know gradient, which is represented by the letter M, is rise over run. Okay, so the rise, we form a right angle triangle. The rise, it rises 2 times. So we count the box 1, 2. So that's the rise 2. The run is this 1, 2, 3, 4. So the rise is 2 over 4, which we can break down and have half. It will be positive half. This is what we call an upslope. Let's say if the line is like that, the gradient will be negative. The line is going up, the gradient will be positive. So we want to find the gradient of AB. Let's say if you want to find the gradient of BA, then is when it's going down, and we'll have a negative slope. Alright, it's a question on function. Let's see, the arrow diagram below shows a function. Good, so we know that is a function. Alright, let's see how they are related. We have 2, 5, 8, 11. 2 is mop onto 5. 5 is mop onto 8. 8 is mop onto 11. 11 is mop onto 14. So we want to know what is the relationship with the x and the y. This is known as the domain, and this is known as the range. So we want to know what rule is used to mop that. Okay, so which of the following best describe the function? So y is also known as f of x. Y is also known as that. Y is known as the range. X is known as the domain. Okay, so we can say that, okay, 2 plus 3 will give us 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. 11 plus, okay, so we are actually adding 3. So x plus 3 will give us y. Right? Or we can write y is equals to x plus 3. Let's see if we have any answers. That y, okay, we have x equals to y plus 3 now. So you see how this can trick us? Remember I said y can be written as f of x, so here's it. Y, no. So here's it. Y is equals to x plus 3. The answer will be A. Alright, question 49. F is such that x is mapped onto x cube for the domain. So each element here will cube it. So if we cube negative 2 cubing negative 2 multiplied by itself 3 times. Negative 2 times negative 2 will give us negative 4. Negative 4 times negative 2 will give us negative 8. So here's our answer. We don't need to go and sort because this is the only one that have negative 8. Just in case if you want to try and waste some time in the exam, but let me just show you as I'm explaining. Okay, so now we cube negative 1. Negative 1 cubing negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1. That will give us negative 1. If you cube 0, you'll still get 0. Cube 1, mean 1 multiplied by itself 3 times, you'll still get 1. 2, yes, so that's it. Alright, if a, b, and c are constants, the equation of the graph would be, okay, so this is a quadratic graph. The general equation of a quadratic graph is this: ax squared plus bx plus c. Right? So that's the general equation of a quadratic graph. Something that you should remember: ax squared plus bx plus c. C is where the graph cuts the y-axis. Alright, let us look at question 51. So here we are looking at functions. Which of the following represents the graph of a function? Alright, so I will explain something now. For a graph to be a function, it must... Okay, let me get a page. For a graph to be a function, no x coordinate should repeat itself. You can do the line test. So here we can connect these. Good, so we have a straight line here. Let us connect these points. Okay, no x coordinate should repeat itself for a graph to be a function. Right, let us connect them and see. Alright, okay, the answer, okay, this question it's not printed, so B was, I think it's 2 there, probably C was 3 or something, I don't know, but here is the answer. The answer is actually 1. Alright, let me explain why is it 1. I said no x coordinate should repeat itself. If you look, let us look at this. So this x value, whatever this x value is, probably let's say this x value is 5. So if you look at it, 5 is mapping onto a number there, right? Whatever that y value is, and 5 is mapping to that number. So the 5 repeat itself, so it cannot be a function. Here, let's say this x value is 3, so the 3 is mapping to a number there, the 3 is mapping to another y value. So one x value should map to one y value, so this would not be a function. Okay, this x value, it map. Okay, so it's mapping to a y value, so this might be, let's say if this x value is 6, so 6 to 0 and 6 to some other number, so it's not. So this will be it. This will be 0 to 0. Let's say if this is 3 to some number, so different values. So that will be it. Okay, 52. We are coming down to the end. Alright, let's see. The question at the end, you will end up and spend more time, right? Item 52 refers to the diagram below of a construction with center A, good, and an arc BC is drawn with center B. Okay, so here describe an arc, then it come there, and it come, okay, that will be 60 degrees. If you remember with your construction, if you scribe an arc with the same radius, you put your compasses point there and scribe another arc, you'll get 60 degrees here. So okay, I didn't read the question. What is the measure of angle BAC? Angle BAC, so that's this angle. Yes, 60. So that will be 60. Alright. In the right angle triangle above, tan theta is, okay, let me just write SOHCAHTOA here. Okay, tan theta. Tan is opposite over adjacent. So here's the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse is the longer side of a triangle and it's always opposite the 90 degrees. So here is the hypotenuse. Since that's the angle, here will be the opposite side, here will be the adjacent side. So we want to find for tan theta. So tan is opposite over adjacent. So the opposite here will be 5 over the adjacent, which is 12. Okay, this question is based on what? Bearings. A ship sails 8 km due east from A to B. So it's okay, whenever you're dealing with bearings, you should have a north line. Okay, let's see. So here's our north line. You can make a sketch for us and then probably look at the diagram, or maybe look at the diagram at the same time without having to make the sketch. A ship sails 8 km due east from A to B. So from A to B, 8 km it due. It then sails 6 km due north to C. So then it goes to north. Okay, let us look at the diagram. So from A to B it due 6 km, then from B actually it due to C, which is 6. So this is out. Alright, let's see, from A to B and then from B to C. Here's it. Alright, let us go back to the question. A ship sails 8 km due from A to B. So from A to B it due 8 km, and then from B it go to north. It sails 6 km due north to C. So you go straight up, north is up, right? 6 km. So that's our answer. Alright, we are doing good so far. Question 54 completed. Let's see question 55. Alright, so now we're looking at what? Transformation. The image of a point P, which is that. So this is the x value, that's the y value. Under a translation, that is... Okay, so with translation, we have object plus translation will give us the image. The object plus the translation. So the image of a point, this. So this is the object under translation. So all we need to do is to add those two. So negative 2, 3, we write it as a column vector. 3, 4. We add corresponding element. Negative 2 plus 3 will give us 1. Unlike signs, we subtract. And 3 plus 4 is 7. So, and then we can write it back like this as a coordinate form. In the diagram above, AB is parallel to EC. AB is parallel to EC. Okay, so if they are parallel, therefore these two angles will be equal. This is actually like a transversal cut, the two parallel lines. So this angle and this angle will be regarded as alternate angle. Here will be 40 degrees, right? Okay, what the question asks us. Calculate angle BDE. We should be able to identify this. BDE. Okay, that's this angle instead. So since we know here is 40, here will be 140. Why? Because this is a straight line. A straight line is made up of 180 degrees. So 140 plus 40. So here will be 140. Alright, question 57. In the diagram above, okay, so here we have P prime, Q prime, and so this is the image, this is the object. So this line is actually translated. Translated means that it slide, it move across, right? Okay. In the diagram above, the vector that translate PQ to P prime, Q prime may be described as. Alright, so we can do it graphically since we are given a graph. So we need to pick a point, either P or Q. Let us match P with P. So first of all, it go up 1, 2, 3. So with a translation vector like this is represented as the x value, that's the y value. So since we are going upwards, the x value is 3. So we're moving 1, 2, 3. So that's positive 3. And here now, it goes there. So P goes up, then it goes there. So since it is going backward, it will be negative 1, 2. So negative 2. So that will be our answer. 3 and... where is it? I don't see the answer here. Okay, let me check again and see if I made a mistake. So, oh, this, yes, I mixed it up. Alright, good. So this going upwards, remember the y-axis is upwards, the x-axis is across, horizontally. the y-axis is vertically. So here we are going up, right? So that's the y-axis. So we need to write x value for. So let me match p with p. Let us move across first. 1, 2. Right, so this is the x value. So since we are going backwards, we are going 2 backwards, 2 units backwards. So answer will be -2. And then, so we move 1 time, 2 time. Now we're going up. 1, 2, 3. So that will be our answer. Another way you can do it using a a calculation method. Remember I told you that object plus translation equal to image, right? Good. So we want to find the translation vector here. So we can choose any point, either P or Q. Let us choose P. So the coordinate of P, so the coordinate of the object, which is P, is 1, 2. So we have 1, 2 plus T, which we don't know. The image is -1, 5. -1, 5. So since we want to find for T, we take this across, it will subtract, so T will equals to -1, 5, subtract 1. -1 subtract 1 will give us -2. 5 subtract 2 will give us 3. Same answer. Alright, so circle theorem, you should know all your circle theorem because you will need that in order to answer this question. We cannot use our protractor to measure because the diagram is not drawn to scale. Alright, so here we are given, here's 35. In the diagram above, angle CAB equal 35 and AC is a diameter. So therefore, this line splits the circle into 2 halves or 2 semicircles. And if we have a diameter here, okay, let me don't see as yet, let us read the question. Angle ADB, so we want to find for this angle. We want to know what will that angle be. Alright, what we know that a triangle is made up of 180 degrees. Here will be 90 degrees. How do I know that? From the circle theorem. Right? An angle in a semicircle is equal to 90 degrees. Remember, this is a diameter, so this is an angle within a semicircle. So here is 90. Let us forget about this line. Right, let us consider this triangle. Here is 90, here is 35. So if we can find this angle, these two angles is in the same segment because they are standing on it. Okay, this chord, we have different chords in the circle. This chord separates the circle into 2 segments. One segment below, so we can call it the minus segment. Good. So these 2 angles is in the same segment. If we find this angle, we can find that. So all we need to do to find this, we need to add 35 plus 90 and subtract it from 180. Good, so we'll add that 180 minus, that will give us 125. And if we subtract 125 from 180, we should have 65 degrees. No, sorry, 55. Yep. So our answer will be 55 degrees. Alright, so here the answer is not printed on the paper, but I'll give you the answer. So I'm not sure which. Okay, let us see. A plane is heading in a direction of 45 degrees. So this is a north line and it's heading 45 degrees. Parents, you write in 3 digits, so you put 0, and changes course in a clockwise direction. So it was flying at this angle, 45 degrees. Then it decides and it changes course in a clockwise direction. So it decided to make a turn course and changes course in a clockwise direction to 135 degrees. So it was flying at 45 degrees, then it spin around, then it going at 135 degrees. So it is pointing downwards now, right? Okay, the angle through which the plane turned, so this is 135 and it was going at 45. So the angle through which it turned, we need to subtract there. So 135 minus 45, that should give us 90 degrees. Okay, since the answer is not printed clearly, the answer here is 90 degrees, right? Alright, so if you have the paper, you'll see which answer match 90. You should have it there. The first one is 40.